Hello, Chrissy here from Footprint Tarot. I thought I would do a few check-ins with a couple of players. I think we'll start with Trump and do another check-in with Trump. See how he's going after what, quite frankly, a week of skepticism on the part of a lot of the press and public and other people with regard to him saying, I drew back the strike, I cancelled it at the last minute, and also there's mounting anger and criticism about the situation at the border with all those sweet little babies being locked away. It is an appalling situation, and one that I hope will eventually be solved. There's no reason for children to be treated like that. There's no reason for children to die because of lack of medical care, or like that poor little girl who died in the desert a couple of weeks back, having made it across the border with her family. I don't know if her family's even been found, but the poor little darling died struggling to get into the US, and there shouldn't be. It's not acceptable in any country. Australia's not without blame, and certainly warrants criticism on the way it treats its asylum seekers as well. So I'm not playing you're the worst game, but it is an appalling situation. So what we'll do first is I'll do an overview spread, and we'll have a quick check-in with Trump and see how he's going. Okay. I'm using the Connolly deck again, and my clarifiers are going to be the Royal Tarot, which are pretty plain and upfront and just, you know, tells it like it is, really. I quite like them when I just want the blunt truth. Okay, so Donald Trump, checking in with Donald Trump. What's at the base? Strength. This could be an indication that he has to gather his strength, or an indication of the strength of the mounting anger against him, and the mounting criticism, even from some in his own party, which there's not enough of, but that's another matter. I try to be objective when doing these readings and not let my personal biases and opinions creep in. So doesn't always work, but the Six of Pentacles at the center of the situation. At the center of what he's feeling and looking at the moment. The Six of Pentacles. Money. Where's it come from? Where's it going? What he had to do with it. I think that this is looming large in his mind at the moment, and perhaps to some extent overriding anything else. Other readers have said that he is afraid of this information coming out, and considering that it's the first card in the spread, which is the significator card, I think I can agree with that. I think I agree with that. He is afraid about what is going to come out about the money. This next one is current influences. The Queen of Wands. I used to look at this purely as Nancy Pelosi, but I also look at it as Congress, the Democratic the House, Congress, and the Democrats. And, you know, what they are doing with their investigations and their continued questions and their subpoenas is really influencing Trump and how he reacts and how he behaves, and not necessarily in a good way. One news report I read was that he's just getting worse and worse, more unhinged the more this goes on. So, so I think that they are having a very great influence on him at the moment. This is the Six of Wands. Now, this position that I'm putting this in is what's above you. What's on his mind? On his mind at the moment is victory. He wants to win. He's still looking at 2020 and saying, I'm going to win 2020. I want to win 2020. And it seems like when he's not thinking of his other things, this is the foremost thing on his mind. Winning 2020, going out and campaigning. I mean, he put his nomination in for he registered for the Republican nomination almost as soon as he'd taken office in January 2017. So I do think that this is one of the utmost things in his mind at all times. I was victorious last time. I will be victorious again, and I will win. And that's what is continuously on his mind, wanting to win. Near future. Oh, near future is the Ace of Swords. The truth, the sword of truth, the truth coming out, cutting through all of the clouds of illusion and all of the blockages. This is interesting, this one, because it's got a little angel pulling a sword out of a stone. Some people try to conceal things so much through layer upon layer and dense layer upon dense layer that they think nobody's ever going to pull the truth out of this. It's embedded deep down and nobody's ever going to be able to get to it. But this little angel is pulling that sword out of that stone and is getting to the truth. So more truth about his actions, what he's done, all that is going to come out in the near future. What's below Donald Trump? What he doesn't want to think about. Judgment. He doesn't want to think about being judged by people. I think in his mind, with his extremely narcissistic personality, is that he doesn't feel that people have the right to judge him. I am the king. I am the boss. I am the emperor. Nobody judges me. Not the people, not the courts, not the law, not the Congress. Nobody judges me. And he doesn't like to think about being judged. So he just puts it out of his mind. People don't judge me. They love me. They love me. He just pushes it out of his mind. He denies it entirely that people judge him on his actions. He doesn't want to think about it and what could come of people judging him on his actions. In his recent past, got the Ten of Swords. Long night of the soul, some people call it. Other people call it stabbed in the back. Complete and painful endings. It's a 10, so it also signifies coming to the end of a cycle. And I think the actions of other people in stabbing him in the back, maybe, in the recent past, have started to bring to an end the cycle of Trump's presidency. So this isn't his actions in the recent past, it's other people's actions in the recent past, and what is happening as a result. So yeah, people have been talking. I think they would rather talk than spend the rest of their lives in jail. So that's interesting. Hope Hicks, for example, has been testifying. Apparently she hasn't been answering a lot of questions, but look, I'm not psychic, I'm not a medium, I just read tarot, I'm intuitive, but from everything I've seen on the news about it, I don't think she's going to let herself end up in jail for Donald Trump. Okay, what happens next? What happens next is the Two of Swords, and this is a crossroads for Donald. So he's going to be at a crossroads next, and what this spread means by next is possibly, and we're dealing with a minor arcana card, so we're looking at the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months. He's going to be at a crossroads. He's going to have to make a decision. So what I think I might do is get my clarify cards and get a little bit of clarification on a couple of things. So we'll start with the recent past with that Ten of Swords. Excuse me. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to take a phone call. Now, the Ten of Swords, getting clarification on that. I do love these cards. This is the wands. They look like clubs. They remind me of the wacky races with the Neanderthal family, and they're bashing people over the head. So basically, if you want unvarnished, straight to the point, I like these cards for that. All of the jacks look the same, all of the kings, queens, pages, they all look the same, except for, of course, they're holding their different talismans. Yes, so let's look for a little bit of straightforward clarification on the Ten of Swords. Has somebody betrayed him in the recent past? And is this going to end up really starting the end of the cycle, triggering the end of the cycle? Six of Pentacles. Wow, that's interesting, considering we had the Six of Pentacles in the center here. Somebody has betrayed him, somebody has spoken, and they have spoken about the money. Now remember, I said that a lot of other readers have said that he is definitely scared about what's going to come out about his finances, about the truth coming out about his finances. Well, I think somebody has turned around and spoken about the money. Could be Hope Hicks, that she was with him on the campaign trail or through the inauguration funding. Could even be Pence, who I just cannot picture as president. I just don't see it from what I've seen of him on the news and read about him, and I just can't picture it. I don't like the man. I frankly get a bit of a creepy Oompa Loompa feeling, but my assessment isn't based on that. It's just based on, I just don't see him really having the support and the presence of mind to pull America out of the disaster zone that has been created by the Republicans in the last couple of years. But anyway, somebody has stabbed Trump in the back, basically, and spilled their guts about the money. So let's look at what happens next. Yep. So let's do that. Page of Pentacles. Money's coming up again. Page of Pentacles is an offer. I'll just have a quick look. Like I said in my other video, I don't pretend to have everything down pat all the time. Page of Pentacles. Work on your plan step by step. Be realistic and practical. Have faith in others. Fortunate time. You are smart, but not as smart as you think you are. Your ambitions are unrealistic and are bound to fail. Now, given... I really do think that the reversal of this, I don't put reversals in my decks, but I use the context of the cards in looking in how to decipher them. So if the context leads towards a reversed meaning, then yeah. And he's going to be at a crossroads. He's going to have a decision to make. He's not as smart as he thinks he is. He thinks he can go on and he thinks he can win. But he's not as smart as he thinks he is. And he's been outwitted. And that choice he has to make, yeah, he's still, you know, he's at the crossroads. He's got to make a choice. He thinks he can outwit everyone with the choice he makes. And I don't think that's the case. I might just get one more clarifier on that. Five of Wands, conflict. He's in for a lot of conflict. I think he's going to be saying, no, I can stay. I can stay. I'm smart enough, good enough. I'm the best. I can stay. And other people are saying, possibly the GOP, no, you can't. It's time for you to go. Queen of Cups. I don't know why I drew that top card. Queen of Cups, which a lot of people see as Ivanka, and which I'm going to... The first thing I thought when I saw it was, oh, Ivanka. I think the GOP have never liked Ivanka, and I think they're fully prepared to turn her in. Or to threaten to turn her in to get Trump out of office. That's just my personal opinion on that one. I don't know why I pulled that card. I just did it, and the first thing I thought is Ivanka, they'll use her. But then I'm not the first card reader to say that. So you'll hear lots of them saying they're going to use Ivanka to get to him and get him to leave. They're going to use... and I think a lot of people think, oh yes, it's going to be, the Democrats and law enforcement, they're going to do it. But I think it's going to be the GOP, because I think he's always having conflict with the Democrats. But this time I think the conflict is going to be with the GOP, who have decided enough is enough and he has to go. And they're the ones who will be threatening Ivanka. Again, I could be wrong, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Speaking of Ivanka, I will be doing a reading on her soon and be uploading it as well. So thank you very much. Please remember, if you like what I'm doing, to click to subscribe and click like. And I don't do this for money. I just do it for fun and for love of the tarot cards. And it's not my main occupation. It's just a hobby that I love and enjoy and want to share. So thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Bye.